70 years of doctrine, erased without a word. No speeches, no warning, just a rewritten constitution in Pyongyang. The phrases are gone, and the idea of reunification is written off. Unity, deleted, borders, redrawn in ink and intent. North Korea is no longer waiting for one Korea, it has decided for two, and South is the main enemy. The only provision to unite the adversaries is gone. Decades-old phrases such as peaceful reunification and national unity have been erased. For more than 70 years, the idea of a unified Korean peninsula sat at the heart of North Korea's founding doctrine. Kim Jong Un has wiped it away. North Korea has revised its constitution to remove every reference to reunification with South Korea, formally redefining itself for the first time since 1948 as a separate sovereign state. The change, disclosed by the South Korean Ministry of Unification and reported in international media on May 6th, follows years of signals from Pyongyang that Kim had abandoned any pretense of seeking common ground with Seoul. The new constitutional text is precise in how it draws the country's borders, stating that North Korean territory includes land bordering China and Russia to the north and the Republic of Korea to the south. That phrasing, analysts say, amounts to a formal acceptance of two distinct Korean states. Gone are references to peaceful reunification, national unity, and the northern half, phrases that had featured in the document for decades.
This constitutional revision serves to reinforce a difference of opinion and set up the conditions for potential future clashes.
The revision strips out other ideological foundations as well. The phrase Kim Il-sung Kim Jong-il Constitution, a nod to the dynastic legacy underpinning the regime, has been removed. So has language describing North Korea's revolutionary struggle against imperialist invaders. The changes reflected a deliberate repositioning.
This fits in the context of a prolonged effort to redefine North Korea as a normal state, just like any other. Normal states define their adversaries in defense white papers and defense reviews. They do not define their adversaries in the Constitution.
The revision also formalises Kim's authority over the country's nuclear arsenal. A new clause gives the chairman of the State Affairs Commission, the post Kim holds, explicit command over nuclear forces, with the power to delegate use authority to what the document calls the National Nuclear Warfare Command Organization. The Constitution now describes North Korea as a responsible nuclear weapons state. The shift did not happen overnight. In late 2023, Kim publicly called Seoul the main enemy. In January 2024, the Arch of Reunification monument in Pyongyang was demolished. North Korea carried out 4 missile tests in April alone, the highest monthly figure in more than 2 years, and has been supplying troops and artillery shells to Russia for its war in Ukraine. Whether Pyongyang's behavior follows the tone of its revised constitution is another question entirely. The message is clear. The idea of one Korea is no longer policy. It is history. Three days, 5 weapons, one very deliberate announcement. From April 6th through 8th, North Korea ran a weapons testing sprint. A Hwasong-11A ballistic missile, a blackout bomb, an electromagnetic weapon, a new anti-aircraft missile, and a cut-price rocket engine. The Korean Central News Agency reported it all on April 9th, attributing oversight to Kim Jong-sik, first Vice Director of the Workers' Party Munitions Industry Department. South Korean and Japanese military authorities confirmed detecting the launches. A missile fired from Wonsan on the east coast on April 8th flew over 700 kilometers, reaching an altitude of 60 kilometers. According to KCNA, that was the Hwasong-11A, and it was carrying a cluster munition warhead.
The weapon can reduce to ashes any target covering an area of 6.5 to 7 hectares with the highest density power.
Roughly 16 to 17 acres, one missile, one strike. In June 2023, North Korea's own Foreign Minister Cho Son-hui stood up and said,
"As cluster bombs are recognized as very dangerous weapons of mass destruction, their use is internationally banned."
Less than 3 years later, Pyongyang is testing cluster warheads on ballistic missiles and publishing the results. Reports had already surfaced that Russia was deploying North Korean artillery fitted with cluster munitions against Ukraine. According to those reports, the artillery versions are less sophisticated than what a dispersal system mounted on a ballistic missile can deliver. Pyongyang appears to be moving up the ladder. State media also confirmed in the same dispatch a test of what it called a low-cost missile engine.
A firing for testing the maximum workload of an engine using low-cost materials.
The goal, analysts suggest, is to reduce costs to hit bigger mass production targets. The missiles were only part of what came out of this week. KCNA reported what it called carbon fiber sham bombs scattering. The weapon disperses thousands of fine carbon filaments over electrical infrastructure power stations, transformers, transmission lines causing short circuits and grid failures without any physical explosion. A blackout delivered from the sky. Kim Jong Un described it as a
special asset of strategic nature to be combined with and applied to various military means in different spheres.
China unveiled a similar system last year, mounted on a ballistic missile warhead. South Korea says it developed the technology back in 2017, aiming to target North Korean missile and nuclear bases, in addition to power stations. Pyongyang is now in that conversation, and notably, this marks the first time North Korean state media has ever mentioned development of such a weapon. Then there's the electromagnetic weapon. KCNA mentioned an electromagnetic weapons system test and offered almost nothing else. But in February at the 9th Party Congress, Kim Jong Un had laid out his ambition clearly, calling for very powerful electronic warfare weapon systems for paralyzing the enemy's command nerve centers. A mural at a new Pyongyang museum celebrating the North Korea-Russia war effort in Ukraine showed a North Korean soldier carrying what appeared to be a drone jamming rifle. Whether this week's test was that device or something further along, a high-power microwave system, a directed energy weapon, Pyongyang isn't saying. Rounding out the week, North Korea confirmed testing of what KCNA called a mobile short-range anti-aircraft missile system, verifying its combat reliability. NK News analysis suggests it may be the Pyol-G3, often compared to Russia's Tor missile, built to target low-altitude aircraft near key military installations. It appeared first at a parade in October 2020. Its name confirmed at a Pyongyang Weapons Expo in November 2024. There are reports it has already been deployed to Russia.